guys can see me and hear me. We are live from the Columbus Convention Center in Columbus, Ohio, starting off the year with our first official What's Up Wednesday Live. And so we really appreciate your time. This will be recorded. Also, it's going to be interactive in that our special guest will be providing lots of resources and links. Don't worry about it. Don't take notes. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the hour because we are giving a cheer for the start of new school year. And we will also be recapping this meeting in an email format. So anybody who has registered, as well as anyone who hasn't attended, if you would like them to get what the content was, including links to the resources, we will be providing that after today's show. So I hope you can hear me well. Again, we are in the mix of this, so you'll hear some beeping. We asked them to stop, but we are in the convention center. We are definitely excited to celebrate, appreciate, and kick off this school year season with you. Today's agenda will be very similar as last year's. This is going to be a menu matters and inspiration. Of course, what we do at Pisonic Partners and what we're doing live from the floor today is finding innovative new ways to maybe repurpose some of our K-12 products that we have in our pantry and in our imperial distribution centers where we are around the state to create new and innovative recipes. And so we'll have, of course, let's start off with Marge and doing all things menu matters and that inspiration. We know a lot of you are interested in what we are, and that is celebrating the good work that is happening. And boy, do we ever have a full caught doing something good section and a new Pisonic partner to present that. So we'll have Gina Nash talk to you about some of the really good things we've seen at the kickoff of the school year, so you can maybe steal this idea. We are not competitive restaurants, and our goal is to really unite us all as a group that supports each other and benefits from the hard work we all do. And so steal this idea and caught doing something good in our mind goes hand in hand. I would be remiss if I didn't have my sidekick here. She's my left arm today, as I'm sitting on this side of her, with an admin roundup, because we have to be able to keep receiving that federal fund and making sure we're meeting all our integrity and safety plans. And so we will have some updates from Sarah. And then at the end, I will be presenting with a dear friend and colleague. Our special guest is hopeful inspiration for you to start thinking about how to celebrate your farm to school month next month, which is October. We know we're planning now for that. So we are going to be providing a ton of resources for you with our special guest, Allison Patrick from Feed Our Future. So we're going to pass it over to Marge here, and Marge will start with Menu Matters. Take it away, Marge.
Thank you, and welcome everybody. So we are really excited to announce the next edition of our cookbook. This will be the third release of our cookbook, and we actually had a whole day this summer where we went in and tested some new recipes. So there's 17 new recipes in this cookbook, along with all of our previous edition recipes, a lot of harvest of the month ideas, of course, our global on trend ideas, some simply fresh, and you'll find a lot of great ideas in here, and hopefully something that you can pick from and try a new recipe in your school. We'll put in the link that you can request this cookbook. We talk about ways to celebrate October with some featured days on your menu. We would be remiss if we didn't talk about October being National Farm to School Month. And so what a great day to try some locally sourced foods. And we have a lot of resources. And I know when Allison Patrick comes on, she will be talking about some specific resources that Feed Our Future has. But you can start this with really small and either do just a one-day try day of a local food. Maybe you want to take it to the next level and do a whole day menus where you try some new local recipes. Again, our cookbook would be a great use of that to try some new recipes. We even have a whole week if you'd like to do a local week takeover of your menu. So the National Farm to School has some great resources too that we'll drop in the chat. They have great stickers, things that you can use to promote National Farm to School Month in October. With again, thinking about October, wouldn't it be fun to do World Smile Day? This can be really simple. So October 7th is World Smile Day. Some things that you might want to think about doing, just really even theming your menu. And so there's some ideas here. What I love, I just heard at the Gordon Food Service show, as they said, instead of thinking of R&D as research and development, it's kind of rip off and duplicate. So I have a lot of rip off and duplicate ideas here. Orange smiles for Smile Day, of course, the smile potatoes, just writing a happy message to make someone smile on those bananas. Again, one of our favorite things to do is Apple Crunch Day. Doesn't have to be specifically celebrated on October 13th. You can do this anytime, but this is a national movement, or I should say Great Lakes region movement, to really celebrate local, and a great thing again to do during Farm to School Month. So you can do something very simple, hand out a local apple, and make it fun like this group here did, or you can try some new apple recipes that we have. So what you'll see is a very simple recipe we have for an apple mini monkey bread. And this, I think, has like 4 ingredients in it. So it's super simple. It's your biscuit dough kind of cut up, tossed with some cinnamon, brown sugar, and then cutting up apples and baking it for like a fun monkey bread. Or something simple like a baked local apple, where you just bake the apple. This one is stuffed with some raisins, craisins. So those are some simple ways that you might want to think about featuring apples, local apples for the Great Lakes Apple Crunch. Of course, in October's Halloween. So some fun ideas, food day, or there's like the candy corn parfait. I love these mashed potatoes that have little olives for eyeballs. And then the picture on the bottom right there, again, just took that from the Gordon Food Service show here today, where they were showing these cookies with little Hershey Kiss hat to make like witches hats. So make the day fun, really simple things to do there. So as we start the new school year, we want to make sure that schools that use Healthy Meal Planner Pro and the My School menus for parents and students to view the menus are really maximizing what we call those sidebars or those sidebar widgets. We always mention that this is almost like your marketing space. So if you go in, if you use Healthy Pro in the My School menus, when you're looking at your menus, sometimes depending how big your computer screen is, you may not even recognize that there's this section, these sidebar widgets. And on the screen there, I have an arrow pointing to those 3 lines that I just learned is called the hamburger. So the line is pointed to the hamburger there. And when you click on that, what you're gonna see is what we call the sidebar widgets. And this is a great space to make sure that your most current meal pricing is listed there. And these are all things that we can help you with if we manage your My School menus. And so what you'll see on the next slide is some of the things that you can use this space for. Again, when you click on those 3 bars, you're gonna see this kind of drop down there. So it not only has where families can print their monthly menu, of course, scan the menu for special menu attributes. The menu pricing is there. This is a great place to put a link into your department website. This school has a link to talk about how to actually use the My School menus for families and how to navigate all the features. Putting links in there for special menu items that you're featuring, special products that are on your menu. So this school is really proud of all the things that they do local. So they've highlighted some of the farms and local businesses that they utilize. So again, please think of this space as your advertising space. Let us know how we can help you in putting things and posting things on there. Hopefully it's not a stagnant thing either. Changing this periodically with, routine different themes is good to do. And we're happy to help you with that. One, of course, the best way to reach out to us to get our help with any of your menu changes or support with things like the My School menu sidebars is to reach out to our support desk, and that's the support@pplc.info. Again, as we grow, just remember to let us know who you are, what school you're with, and what menu, if there's menu changes you would like us to make. And if you can include recipe numbers or Gordon Food Service numbers, that's always helpful too for us to be most efficient with getting those changes made on your menu. So now I'm going to pass it over to Gina, literally, as we are doing the caught doing something good.
Hello. How are you guys? We've got a lot of exciting things that everybody's been doing that's been helping to improve their service to the students and the food that they're providing and their presentations and all the recipes that we did at our food show at Jackson Local. They have started a little Twitter or Facebook, and they're sharing their information on social media, and they've got a lot of great fresh fruits and vegetables and salads, and they're really utilizing a lot of the farm to school type of products. And at James A. Garfield, they're going above and beyond, and they're doing some cute things with their school colors. They have the purple frosted donut there, and then they have for their Spirit Week, they've got the cookies that are frosted in their school colors to promote that excitement. And we have a principal at Maple Leaf in Garfield Heights that is teaching the students their manners, and their each lunch period, they show them how to use napkins and how to be polite and where to put the napkin on their lap, and they just make it fun so that the kids are learning and they're teaching them something important. Ode at Woodbridge is serving recipes that they learned at the boot camp, and right here pictured is the elote. Okay, and the kids loved it, so that was something that is special, and the kids hopefully will be looking forward to it in the future. And at Brecksville Broadview Heights Elementary School, they have been doing great with eating the rainbow and the fresh fruits and vegetables. And we made, they made whole grain pizza, homemade pizzas last week, and it was a hit. The kids loved it, and they're looking forward to doing that again. And here is the Creation Gardens truck in front of the school. They're getting their fresh delivery of the fruits and vegetables that they're going to be using for their salad bar. And Talmadge Elementary is doing a wonderful job using recipes again from the boot camp that they learned, and they started their own Twitter account so that they can share that out to the parents and on social media of all the great things that they're doing with the pasta and their fresh fruit and salad bars as well. And we've got the live from food show, Team Pisonic and our interns.
So thank you so much. We are excited again to be trying something new and different. Last year we started doing some podcasts live and some visits. We did some remote shows, and so we jumped right in like we asked Brecksville Broadview Heights to do, and do something different. So our first show here, see our fun faces, some of us, in this little pics of what we are trying to do is be boots on the ground for you. We know some of you couldn't attend today, so we hope that you share this with those folks that wanted to come to the show. We know you're really working the lines today, and staffing is an issue. So we are your eyes, we're your ears, and we're your boots on the ground to raise the bar and take your program to the next level. The next set of slides we're going to do are going to be picks from the floor, along with ideas to help you elevate the versatility of products that are known K-12 products, including commodities, as well as those products for those of you who are looking at new ways to excite a la carte sales. Again, we're back to earning our participation, and a lot of our schools really rely on healthy, Smart Snack approved a la carte options to boost their program's revenue so they can reinvest in that. So we are going to start with Pasonic Picks. I'm going to, I guess, take it over because I asked my staff to scour the floor, and we met with some of our tried and true favorites. So again, Gina mentioned our floor concept from August 3rd, and we had General Mills there, and they came out with these cool Joe for It concepts. So we will be dropping these resources again in the chat and with the follow-up email so that you all have the same information that we were able to pick up and see and taste and try today. For those of you who know, can be a local scratch-made speed scratch option. So we really are interested in you taking a look at that to kind of think about elevating not only your breakfast program with biscuit and sweet and savory recipes, but some really cool ways to do alternative grain, whole grain ounce equivalents for your lunch program. So I've had about 4 cups of coffee. I'm not going to lie. If I'm talking fast, my team was already forewarned, and so are you now. Today, we looked at a new a la carte program. This cart is obviously faced with a healthy choices. It is a Cambro cart that we were excited to see as being absolutely coached through the system of how to get a ready-to-go coffee cart concept. So we will drop information in the link. There is a nice QR code we just visited with all kinds of fun stuff. Thrive Farmers, I stopped there. They have some ready-to-go cold things in a can, if you see here on the right. Obviously, I had the Nitro Cold Cold Brew. Hello! So that's where I'm at right now. But these are some fun ways to really think about increasing your a la carte sales. You saw the cute little witch hat cookies, and you also cheese. We are getting some how to build inspiration with existing commodities. So you saw that elote in the Caught Doing Something Good. That was Land O'Lakes. It is a commodity cheese. It was shown on August 3rd. We love that Woodbridge already picked up that recipe and used it. So stay tuned. We will be looking at what was shown today, creating our Healthy Pro standardized recipes. And again, that support at PPLLC will be a great tool for you that are Pasonic schools, as well as those that just want the information. We'd be willing to share a standardized recipe to help you pull all the pieces together. We know that we showed the flexibles at our show on August 3rd. We visited them again here. Still think it's a great idea. So flexibles is in the chat right now. Those are really great ways to think smarter lunchroom theory, bar concepts, using commodities, but having it be a very user-friendly experience for your students. We are going to be doing a Chipotle bar next week at the baby school. At the elementary, you just saw the produce bar. So I have to give a Caught Doing Good again to Amy Voigt for starting Brexville Broadview. Selfishly, my little one was in the picture. She's enjoying lunch every day. And in the first 4 weeks of opening a brand new building, she has gone above and beyond to try these bar concepts. And next week, we'll be doing a Chipotle style bar concept. So for those of you who are looking at getting even your youngest consumers excited about choosing their items, we know the theory is if they choose it, they're likely to eat it. So the hard work you have in the back of the house, making that menu come to life on your bars, doesn't end up in a trash can. So lots of resources. Again, I think we have more pictures to show and share. We will be dropping those into our follow-up email recap. I particularly didn't take pictures because, of course, I'm the one that should tell everybody to do it, and then I don't. But I did get to have a special little seat with our friends from Sandridge. So my Pasonic pick today was, number one, a local company. Sandridge is in Medina, Ohio. They are looking to continue to partner and build resources. One of my favorite concepts I tried today was a tomato bisque soup. And then we just got down the soup line. So if you are interested, stay tuned for What's Up Wednesday Live in the future coming months. We will be talking about fun ways to build your savory menu as into the winter season. They also gave me some exciting news that they have a place. So we might be hosting a live event there in November or December. I'm really excited about that. Again, partners, it takes a village, it takes an industry of support to make things happen. And last but certainly not least, register now, because in the spring, we are going to be bringing to you a What's Up Live mystery box cooking edition. So just if there was a reason to sign up today, I want to just continue to tell you the third Wednesday of every month is to really continue this idea of appreciate, build, and create the ABCs of getting school back up and going in our times now. But we can't do that unless we are compliant. So my girl over here always gets the compliance. So I'm passing it over to Ms. Sarah Carlson.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day. And of course, we're going to go over all the fun things, compliance. So as we start up a new school year, I know a lot of us have new staff this year. So we've had a lot of resignations and a lot of retirements, well-deserved retirements for a lot of our ladies that have been in the district a long time. I had a lady in one of my districts. She's been there for 43 years, and she didn't finally say, okay, it's my time to go. I'm ready to enjoy my time at the river. And I said, hey, girl, you burned it. So as we bring new people onto our teams, just thinking about making sure that they have food safety training, especially if it is a new manager, that you are getting them level 2 certified. That should ideally happen within the first 90 days of hire. So if you haven't, please reach out to us, either myself or we have friends at the Department of Health that can help make sure that that happens for your team. Also, make sure that your HACCP plan is relevant to what you're doing. So I know as we kind of are moving away from having to prepackage things and feed kids in the classroom, if your kiddos are back in the cafeteria eating, please make sure that your HACCP plan reflects that. And if you still have breakfast in the classroom or meals in the classroom in that book, that you remove those. That does need to be relevant to what you are doing today. So just take a quick look at that. That is also something that if you're up for administrative review, they are going to check and want to see. So an easy thing to kind of kill two birds with one stone. I really hate that saying. And then hand washing and glove usage. Again, we want to continue to make sure that we are washing hands and changing gloves, and that there isn't a lot of traveling gloves happening. And then as far as ODE updates and all things administrative reviews, yes, they are coming. ODE is fully staffed. We saw our friends at ODE today. They were here at the GFS Food Show. They did get to come. It's just right around the corner from their offices, so it was nice to see them. They are excited. They want to come out. They want to see you. I don't want you to view this as a punitive process. More than anything, Brian Davis said they just want to come out and see everybody that they haven't seen in a really long time. So they're not looking to, fault you or find fault. They just want to be a helpful resource for you. So those are coming. The date that is in KERS is not necessarily your date. They are working on updating those. They should be reaching out mid to late October if this is actually your administrative review year. Okay. And then commodity sign up, please don't forget October 15th. That's for next year. So you do have to sign up, okay, to be eligible for your commodity program all the way in next school year. I know we just started this school year and we're already thinking about 23-24. Isn't that crazy? And then just ensuring that we are getting really close to our 30-day carryover. So I know we've all turned our point of sale back on. We're all doing free and reduced again. So please make sure that your 30-day carryover is accurate. And of course, we get to go back to verification again. So again, we haven't done this in a while. You do have to pull applications. You do have to reach out to families and ask for information. I would get that started as soon as you possibly can in October so that you give the families time to respond. Because remember, if they don't respond, then you have to pull more next year. So get that process started early. Again, reach out to us if you have questions. I know this is a process that's probably needs a little dusting off at this point after being universal years now. Look for more information coming for PEBT guidance in the 3 points of interest coming out of ODE. Really important that we stay on top of all of that. Yes, we do have to continue to put that information out there and gather that. And then more DoD funds. Yes, so that's a great opportunity for us to be able to save on our plate costs, as Tina will talk a little bit about how we do our keys to KPI as well. All right, so perfect segue. Take it away.
Welcome back, everybody. As we all know, I'm your numbers person. How many times do you hear me say you should know your numbers? Everybody needs to know your numbers. So this year, as we go throughout this season, we're going to kind of do a series of KPI little segments. So today, as we're going to start, we're going to talk about our plate cost. And we kind of did this last year, and we kind of just want you to rethink and think about what we're doing. Understand your pre-pandemic numbers. What numbers did we have during the pandemic? And now that we're post-pandemic, let's see where we're going. So beginning of the school year, as we know, I don't know about you, but most of my districts, the POS system has been a wonderful, wonderful tool that we've all been dealing with. So if not using it for 2 years, it has caused a lot of issues. So this is what we definitely need to get our POS systems up and ready and going so that we can definitely know what our plate costs are going to be. So if you look at the one slide, the first slide we have is kind of talking about what our numbers were pre-pandemic. What our numbers were kind of pre-pandemic, where our plate costs at, where we've gone, and we've seen that it's kind of increased as we go. The next one is kind of what we were predicting was going to be our plate costs for the 22-23 school year. And if you look at that, this kind of tells you where our costs are going to fall. And I want everybody to stop and think about this as you're going through. Look at each individual component. You know, I know I get calls all the time how expensive our groceries are this year. We know it's there. These are here to stay. Let's not dwell on it. Let's get over it. Let's move on. This is how are we going to keep our plate costs down? So these are the things you need to kind of concentrate on. Wonderful, you know, getting the DOD money this year that we've had through September 30 and possibly extending it and getting more and more. How great is that? So here you go, our vegetables, our fruits and our vegetables are going to be able to drop down a little bit by having that DOD money. Now, the one benefit about doing that, having that money drop when getting that free produce is we can use some of that money towards local. Let's purchase that stuff through Creation Gardens, go to your local farmers, use some of that money that we're saving on our plate cost and using it to kind of promote all of that stuff. What a better way. I mean, how many times have in the past we say, well, we don't buy local because it's too expensive. Here's our opportunity to do it. You know, we're getting that money free from DOD. Let's use our basic basic items like maybe your lettuce or some things that, you know, large quantities that we normally get through DOD, use it them, but then use, you know, I call it our little bling, you know, get them watermelon radishes, get your cilantro, your fresh cilantro, get all these local items from our farmers and bling up our salads. Milk, again, it's, you know, we're showing 23 cents, 24, 25 cents for milk. Use your supply chain assistance that we got. You know, a lot of the districts we've, you know, coached them. Get that money that we got last year for free for local, use it for your milk. So now you're getting that money as well. So we're going to be bringing our plate costs down little by little. Use your commodity towards your entree. Use that, you know, your commodity dollars, use that towards your main plate. Again, we know our paper products are going to go up. There's nothing we can do about it. Our labor has gone up. If anything, we've seen our labor and wages have gone up through the past. We got to be competitive with everybody else. So districts are increasing the wages that we're bringing in. So you are going to see a little bit more in your labor and wages this year. We know our paper products are going to be a little bit more. So concentrate on your plate and see what we can do. Money that they've given us, utilize our assistance that we've gotten to try and keep our plate costs down. So these are just kind of a few tips. Think about it, but start and think. We knew our participation dropped this year because all the free is off the table. University off the table. I know in the back of everybody's mind, what are we going to do about negative balances? All of these things are there. So let's concentrate on an easy fix. Worry about our plates right now at the beginning of the year. Talk about marketing your program. This is one of the best things that we could possibly do. Go out into the grocery store. Think it's yourself, how you're going to the grocery store. I went to the grocery store, came home with 7 little bags and spent $170. Wow, where'd that go? You know, what did I just purchase? So parents are doing this too. They're going out and looking at buying snacks, buying their stuff to pack the lunches. Promote that. Let these parents know, hey, look it's cheaper for us. We're giving your kids your build your own pizza box, the same as a Lunchable, and we're only charging you $3. A lot of districts didn't increase their meal prices this year. Promote that. Let them know, hey, we're trying to keep this going. Keep our participation up. We want to keep these kids coming in and promote it. Just keep, again, we've seen doing something good, like Jackson and Talmadge that are getting these Twitter, going out there and getting these social. Take the pictures of your meals, get them out there. Brexville's been doing these beautiful produce bars. Get those pictures on your social media. These are ways of promoting your program to keep our participation, to get our participation back from what we may have lost by losing the universal free feeding. So I'm going to pass it on to Maureen next, and she will talk.
So I just have to say before I introduce Allison, this has been such a fun and unique way to present to you, because I'm looking across, and normally we're in our own homes working remote, like work from home when we do this. And so I'm watching Tina get excited about, and like you can't maybe see all the hand gestures, but if you haven't figured it out, we are very passionate about what we do here at Pasonic Partners. And so much so that I am so excited today to be able to share the screen with Allison Patrick, who is our program manager at the Cuyahoga County Board of Health, works in public health programs, but more so has just been my ride or die cheerleader for all things keeping the conversation going about local procurement. So we're going to stop the slides and we're just going to ask Allison to open on her camera, and we're going to have a conversation with you all. So we are going to really talk about the resources that we have co-created, and those resources are really going to be hopefully a turnkey way for you to celebrate your National Farm to School Month. So I don't know, Allison, if you're on, if you can turn on your camera. What we're going to do is we are going to have a conversation relative to all of the fun things. So Feed Our Future is a nonprofit. And for those of you who don't know the background of this, Allison is one of the founding board members that is allowing us to really be able to, and there's Marge. Hi, Marge. Marge, look at, oh my God. We need Allison. Marge is like ready to talk. There she is. Yay. Yay. And so what we're going to be for Halloween, we decided, is Feed Our Future cheerleaders. So we have to still work on that costume, but stay tuned. There might be some pictures coming out. Allison and I have gone way back to the founding of this nonprofit, and I don't want to steal any thunder from you, Allison. So I'm going to just say thank you so much. This is kind of wild to be like in different sides of the state, as you have done all of this work in Northeast Ohio that's really having benefit all across the state. So on our call today, I saw OSU Extension, I saw our friends from ODE. Thank you for helping us amplify this message. And so, Allison, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, although I hopefully but of my love your way. Tell us a little bit more about your background, and then take it away. We're going to share some resources and slides.
Sure. So I am Allison Patrick. I am the Maternal Child Health Program Manager at the Cuyahoga County Board of Health. I love to joke that I'm not a food inspector, so we can all take a big deep breath for that. I am threatening to put on a cheerleading outfit from my heyday because I am coming to you today as the Farm to School cheerleader. Much like Tina, you will probably see my hands flying all over the place. This is such a passion project. And I just feel so lucky that in my day-to-day job, I get to do this every day, which is first thanking all of you for the great work that you are doing to ensure that kids have the best and healthiest nutrition possible. And also to help cheerlead about how we can collectively figure out ways to get good quality, nutritious and local food into our school meal programs in any way that we possibly can. And so the Feed Our Future board, Maureen, Jackie Biebenroth, Steve Baker, Kelly Rocco, and Ann Schneider from Green Umbrella. If you don't know, really come to this work with this lens of how can school districts feel supported and how can we create the best possible solutions to make sure that our local food system has a role in school meals. So I don't want to jump into this school year yet until we really get to celebrate all that happened last school year, which I know is probably a blur in the midst of not knowing when waivers were expiring and what participation was going to look like this year and all these supply chain issues. And so I really, if I could share my screen, here comes the fun technology issues that Allison gets to have. There we go. So I really just wanted to take a moment and celebrate everything that happened last school year. So a big core of what—
I don't think we're seeing your screen, Allison.
Yeah, I didn't hit it yet.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. A big part of what Feed Our Future is all about is really celebrating the success. And at the core of our work is actually our partnership with Ohio Schools Council, and really how can we procure local food for all of you and make it as easy as possible. And so we're really excited to share what that looked like last school year. And so for last school year, it was almost $500,000 in local food sales, which is a really big deal for the local food system and for the farmers and the communities and the local food businesses that are a part of this and are really represented kind of behind the scenes in that number. So for the 33 school districts that participated in this bid process last year, we give you a tremendous round of applause. And we really thank you for your commitment to local food. And for those of you that are still considering the ways you might be able to purchase local in your program, I kind of hope this inspires you to think about what that could look like. I also just wanted to share that I think it's really easy to think that farm to school is only fruits and vegetables. We know that's the easiest place for schools to consider sourcing locally, but through this bid process, we've worked really hard to make sure that farm to school can happen across your tray if that's something you're interested in doing. And so it's not just fruits and vegetables. I mean, as you can see, Dogo's had a huge presence in farm to school last school year for us through the pizza doughs and all of the great clean label local products that Megan and her team have developed and are making available. And, you know, really these sales went to 84% of these sales went to women-owned food businesses and food producers. So, you know, again, this is data that is really one of a kind. And so for all of you that have contributed to making this possible, kudos to all of you. And a little teaser is this report is actually being released the first week of October to kick off Farm to School Month for us. And for all of you that purchased through the bid last year, you will get your own local purchasing report and some really fun social media files so that you can share this great news across your school community. For those of you that, you know, for those of us that do this work, you know, local is a bit of a tough sell at the moment. We know there's this tremendous infusion of DoD dollars, and folks are still, you know, kind of grappling with increased order minimums, and, you know, to think about, oh gosh, can I really make local a reality either at the start of the school year in celebration for Farm to School Month or beyond, you know, it can be really difficult to kind of wrap your mind around how to do that. So we try to take some of this thinking out for you. And Tina does love numbers, because this local food comparison chart that we're showing you really is because Tina loves numbers. And so what we try to do is show you and cost compare what local food through the bid that we have with Creation Gardens and even their non-local options, like how does that look compared to your pricing with your HPS or your APC bids? And the good news story in this is that if you're willing to consider a local tomato or even a non-local tomato through Creation Gardens, it's a fixed price bid. So the prices that you see on this chart are not going to change throughout the entire school year. And we know that your APS and your APC pricing for your produce varies week to week. So the prices that you see on here that we're comparing to are prices that were at the end of July. We know that they've changed since then. And I can tell you that the pricing from Creation Gardens is still the same as it is today. And the story really here is that, you know, in most cases, even local food, when you think about your heads of lettuces or your pounds of spinach or your peppers or your tomatoes, are almost in all cases cost competitive or cost advantageous. And so we really wanted to show you that, you know, if you're thinking about how you can include local on your menu and is it really too expensive, we hope that this encourages you to really think about not only from a cost perspective, but in many cases, you're getting really high quality products that will last in your coolers for and have a much longer shelf life than some of the products you may be getting through DoD or some other mechanisms. And so we really just hope that, you know, you use this as another tool in your toolbox as you think about, you know, Farm to School Month and beyond, around how you might be able to make local work in your programs. So October is National Farm to School Month. Ohio's favorite harvest of the month product is an apple. And so we really want to encourage you to think, all of you to think about, if nothing else, sourcing your apples locally through Creation Gardens. Good news here is that the price has actually come down for Ohio apples and at $37.50 a case for a Quarry Hill apple versus a price that you might see anywhere else in any of your other vendors. Ohio apples are a really great way to not only celebrate Apple Crunch Day on October 13th, but to really think about supporting local food and farm to school on your menus. So what I really just wanted to encourage you and let you know these resources that are out there is if you are already a client of Creation Gardens, to just go into your order guide and start placing your orders for Ohio apples. If you're not currently ordering through Creation Gardens, we'd be happy to get you connected and get set up. Their order guide is super easy to use and you can go on there and get your apples. But beyond that, we want you to market again to your families and to your school community to connect to the orchards that your schools are supporting. And a really great way to do that is to go to ohioapples.com and you can type in your zip code and find all of the orchards that are near your school community and connect your families or connect your school community in other ways to your local apple farmers. And then again, we would love to see all the great work and all of the promotions on social media so we can repost those and catch everyone continuing to do great things. And so if you use those specific hashtags, and I know Marge will post this flyer, we'll be able to share your story across all of the Feed Our Future partners, which span 48 states and 5 countries. So we're really excited about sharing all of the great work that is happening in Ohio and in our community right here with the rest of the country. Another resource that I wanted to go ahead and point out to you, as long as you can still see my screen, is that I also just want you to know that you are not empty-handed. So as Maureen mentioned, we are all about turnkey solutions with local food in our Harvest of the Month program. So our brand new, if you go to feedourfuture.org, our newly launched Harvest of the Month Hub is really meant to be your one-stop shop for all of the additional items beyond the food you're serving on your meal lines to celebrate your cafeteria as an extension of the classroom and connect with other classrooms and community members. And so if you go to September, we are happily celebrating tomatoes this month. And you can find all different kinds of resources from our home recipes and our school recipes to fun activity sheets to share with your classrooms, or again, market your program to your parents and your broader community. Also talk about the people that are growing the food. And so our grower flyers are really great ways to connect faces with food and to really, again, make that connection to the great work that you're doing to support your local food community. And brand new to the Feed Our Future website, and this is a brand new campaign that we're so excited to launch. And Maureen was honestly the brainchild behind this with Steve Baker, is our new campaign around Fresh from the Field. Again, we want to not only share the great work that you're doing, we want others to know about it too, and we want others to be able to connect with you. So launched on the Feed Our Future website this week. It's like really testing my technology sharing. I'm so excited I'm keeping up. If you go to the Feed Our Future website and go to the Where We Work tab and click on this partners map, this is an opportunity that we've created because we really want folks to know who is doing this great work, where is there other best practices, and how can we get connected with people around us and just share stories, friendly competition, you name it, we want to be able to provide that space. So if you go to our partners map page, the first thing you can do is check out who's on the map. Who are the people around me doing farm to school? Whether you're buying local foods, you're doing a taste test in your cafeteria, you have a school garden on site, you have a Ohio State Extension or some other community partner coming in and doing nutrition and agriculture education. This map is meant to celebrate that, to showcase that, and again, facilitate best practice sharing. So you'll see these are just some of the folks that we have populated so far. So we know that Pleasant Valley Elementary has a land lab. For anybody that's wondering where Spice Field Kitchen is. So again, it's an opportunity for collaboration. So our call to action to you is for all of you to get yourselves on the map. And so if you scroll down on this page and you click this button that says become a partner, you know, all we're asking you to do to get a pin drop on the map is to fill out this really short Google form. And all we want to know is how are you celebrating farm to school in your community, what you'd like your pin drop name to be, the address, so we make sure we get it in the right space. And just, you know, trying to understand what are the other needs, what are the other interests, what are the other resources that you all need to feel supported in your farm to school efforts. So with that, I'm going to do my own caught doing something good. And I really, if you're, you know, I'm really hoping that we can inspire all of you that this work is not for nothing. And Spice Field Kitchen was actually featured this week on Spectrum News Ohio in the way that they are changing and impacting kids to make healthy food choices. And my favorite quote, and I feel this was like my aha, like again, reminder why we do this work, is one of the fourth graders saying that she likes healthy food more than fast food because of the great work that is happening in the land lab at her school and the ways in which they're learning about how Brussels sprouts grow and how they thought they were disgusting and now they love them because they got their hands dirty and got to learn about them. So I would encourage you to go to the Feed Our Future Facebook and Instagram pages to access the video, and also know that Spice Field Kitchen has an entirely free curriculum online that can be used in your schools, no matter where you are in the state, to celebrate and teach kids about the food system and their impact on their community through the food choices that they make and the ways in which they participate in their school meal programs. So with that, Maureen, I hope that
I
inspires all of you, and I'll bring my pom-poms if that's what it takes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you did fabulous with technology, Missy. So we decided not to be talking heads and do slides and really show you all of the clicks and links and access information that we've put together for you. And I just really want to, me to you, girl, thank you so much. This work is made possible largely by your tireless effort and the hours of work beyond the workday that you've put in over years. So we are just so blessed to have you in our region, and certainly now not only in Northeast Ohio, but really extending the services. I love our connection with Green Umbrella in Cincinnati, and really the connection across the state with some of the work that is even being done to maybe advocate for additional revenue. So we talked about the struggle with revenue. My Platonic pick not only is Michael Sandridge, because I just love Michael Sandridge from the Gordon Food Service show, it is the local hydroponic lettuce. So, you know, when I go into a school and they're picking out bad lettuce and they're trying to like work on the labor cost of that, we're coaching new produce bars. The quality of some of the things that we are seeing coming out of Creation Garden is beautiful. So that picture, which I think is the truck right in front of the Brecksville schools, and they just launched those whole produce bars. So we are just so excited about continuing to innovate, continuing to provide turnkey resources, and the work that Feed Our Future does collectively as a board is really just that. Easy for you. I mean, the lens I come from is I used to sit in the chair of a food service director, and these are all the fun things I wanted to do and celebrate and create, and didn't have time to sit and work on maps and charts and cost comparisons and Canvas. And, you know, we are doing it. And you and I are both by nature of our career choice, but certainly our passion lies in school food, and I love having a sisterhood with you. So appreciate all the time, resources. Again, Allison, Patrick, all of this stuff is going to be emailed to our guests, and this is obviously recorded. Share this. If you are on this and you're like, gosh, I wish so-and-so would have watched this, share the link. That will also be coming out. As we conclude, I will say we also have, okay, here she is, just another fabulous picture, killing it. We will be featured again. Our edible education is a featured article that's in the Next Gen Digizine, and that comes out monthly. So another resource for you is going to be to look for that Next Gen Digizine. Allison is our featured testimonial, and there'll be a ton of resources in that publication, which Pasonic is honored to be an author of on a monthly basis. So our friends, we just got to meet Marlon Gordon. He was in Cleveland, Ohio for our content management conference that was held in downtown Cleveland. Wonderful person, again, advocates for school nutrition. I just can't say enough about It Takes a Village. But I started from somewhere, so I'm excited today. I have a special guest with me, another special guest, and that we at Pasonic Partners continue to pay it forward with our intern mentorship program. And so I am so excited today to introduce one of our interns who has had an integral part in helping us create how to use produce bars. So again, Pasonic Partners, turnkey resources. I'm going to let Taylor give you a couple examples and explanation of what her project was, an additional resource we at Pasonic would be happy to share in order for you to celebrate National Farm to School Month, not only in October, but for the rest of the school year and beyond, with turnkey solutions on how to organize fresh produce bars. If you are following Facebook tips for school meals that rock, you know that is all the rage this year. So we wanted to give you some resources to catch the movement. So Taylor, take it away.
Hi everyone. So I've been working on some produce bars that we have. We've got 4 concepts: Eat the Rainbow, Growing with Greens, Variety is the Spice of Life, and Go Local for Local. They're all self-serve bars so that the students are able to pick what they want and how much they want, so that they're going to eat more, hopefully, of what they like. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see what is our produce record. And it has links to everything that you'll need to set up the bar, to buy for the bar, and to remember what you need for next time. So on the next slide, we have a picture of the planogram that's linked inside that document. Shows you how to lay it out, what you need for it, and then on the right-hand side is a price comparison chart, so you know the best place to buy it. So it's easy, one-stop shop. You know how to set up the bar and what you need and where to get it.
I'm so excited about this. So we, Produce Bar, saw it in action. We piloted it again. I feel like she was like the innovator of the, gets the first quarter award for caught doing something good. As a brand new food service director in a brand new school building, Amy Boyd, Brecksville Elementary, I know I sound like I'm really hyping her up today, but she deserves it. Coached a staff, so 3 elementaries into 1, to really move into a new building, train up on new processes, and every week since they've started, they've had a different concept. So they've already done the Eat the Rainbow. This week actually was the Growing with Greens, and we tried Green Goddess salad dressing as a different, like, not ranch option. My daughter goes there, so I get intel every day, and I get to kind of sneak in and help see what's going on there to kind of work out the kinks on this pilot. The 3rd week they're in right now, they're actually using the American Dairy Association. Again, this was at our August 3rd boot camp immersion blender program and the smoothie. So on this produce bar, they're not only letting kids pick fresh fruits and vegetables, as Allison said, there's value add things you can think about on the, and this Variety is the Spice of Life is including some of what Tina said, those great herbs and things available. The lettuce I love through Creation Garden and in the local bid as well, but they're also leveraging the use of the American Dairy Association recipes that we've helped write, so that it gives you a turnkey resource to be able to immersion blend and serve bulk smoothies, which is really popular. Right now, today is the Cocoa Monkey, which my daughter was really excited about, chocolate banana smoothies on this bar. So a good way for them to visit and pass through all the lovely produce, take their selections, and have some value add things. Next week is Go Local for Local. That bar is, again, something turnkey, easy, a resource that's going to have all of this great planogram, everything from the pan sizes to the utensils to thinking through the HACCP. It is going to be an easy way for you to celebrate National Farm to School Month with how to order it, how to meet the minimum, which, by the way, we didn't even tout. Creation Garden is only $100. There's an easy way to make. I could spend everybody's money, but that's an easy ask. Go Local for Local. One of the recipes that we created on that bar is a cookie dough hummus to increase awareness and participation of an easy and fun kid-forward flavor and recipe that is available as a turnkey resource through Pasonic Partners. So today, again, starting with the idea of how to create and innovate your bars, all the way through some of these ideas as we went on the floor show for you, Pasonic Partners will continue to be a champion for all things recipe innovation and standardization, so you will be able to have turnkey resources. Whether you're a Pasonic Partner school or not, please leverage support at pplc.info. for your questions to our team. We, again, know that in school food service, we are all in this together, and it doesn't help anyone to be a competitor, right? We're in this as non-competitive restaurants. So when schools do recipes and pilots like this, we want to be able to refine that process and then amplify the message so everybody succeeds. So with that, we are here coming up about 5 minutes early, which is never the case. I mean, we actually have been doing really good today, team. I appreciate your time. I know it's valuable. We will be available to stay on for questions if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask questions. If there are any questions for myself, I know Allison is still on. Again, thank you to our representatives from ODE. We have Rebecca. I know I saw her in the chat. So happy to have her with us. Dawn Jackson, as always. Bumped into our friends Brian and Christine and down at the show. So we are so excited for our supporting agencies that come together to really provide support and assistance for all of your successes. So I will be quiet. Again, maybe Allison, jump on. Thank you, girl, for being with us. Any last words of wisdom or call to actions? I just really appreciate your time today.
Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the opportunity to be your best local food cheerleader. If there's anything that we can do at Feed Our Future, everything that we do is in support of you all as school nutrition professionals, and then how we can amplify that message across your school campuses. Feel free to email us. We're happy to help grant write letters of support, and strategize in all the ways that we can continue to grow this across Ohio.
Yeah, I love that. And I will say one thing, that fresh from the field, so thank you. So there's subcommittees for Feed Our Future. That hashtag campaign is going to do something really cool for you. So if you are somebody like Miss Jackson, Marsh, who took our advice at August 3rd and created this beautiful video, her marketing team did a video. So girlfriend A+ to you. You did your homework, sis. You went back, you took your pictures, got your videos. The next thing is get your Instagram account. Like our little, I loved her at Talmadge Elementary, was like, I don't know. I started a Twitter account. I'm like, well, what is your handle? So what Allison has put together along with our team on the board is a way for you to hashtag your pictures, and then you get to be aggregated on the Feed Our Future website. So I'm using terms that I can say because I've heard them, but I'm not all technically savvy, so I'm going to fall on that sword. A social media aggregator with a hashtag is going to allow you not only to show up on your own personal school sites and amplify that message in your community, but just like that map and really making the connection, folks that are visiting the Feed Our Future website will be able to see pretty soon. Allison, I don't know if it's turned on or it will be turned on. She just put something in the thing, so I'll let you describe it more. I hope I did a good job with that.
No, you did great. So it's being turned on tomorrow. So anybody that uses the hashtag FOFOH, hashtag GardenLoveOH, or hashtag F2SOH, your social media posts will be pulled onto that partner map. So again, it's a visual way to not only promote your program, but a way for others to connect with you as well.
Yeah, so hashtag FOF, Feed Our Future, OH, Ohio, so FOFOH. Now we really do sound like cheerleaders. That is going to be, as Allison just put in the chat, something you're really going to want to put on your social media. Garden Love Ohio, Feed Our Future Ohio, and Farm to School F2SOH. Besides the turnkey resources and recipes, the solutions for you to be successful, just really that sense of teamwork, community, and value add that we all try every day to bring to our kids. With that, we're up on our hour. Any questions, please do not hesitate to put in the chat. Thank you for all of the love and the appreciation we're seeing in the chat. And we are here again live every third Wednesday of the month. So we are super excited for you to be a part of that. And thank you, Amanda Venenzia. I'm so excited you were on today. We are certainly pumped to have a good school year right alongside you and be not only your champion, but your resource and support. Till next time, thanks very much.